What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. So today we're going to be talking about some upcoming heroes for Marvel Rivals. A lot of this information is based on credible sources and leakers, and we're going to cover all of that information. So if you do find the video informative, consider hitting that like and subscribe button. Anyways, let's go ahead and get into it. So the first character that we know that is pretty much confirmed at this point is Ultron, arriving in the Season 2.5 update. The update is speculated to begin on May 30th as a part of that mid-season update. They did mention that every single update they will be adding a new hero, and it looks like in this case it's going to be Ultron. We did have a little bit of information that was already leaked in regards to him, so he is going to come in the healer category. Definitely was not expected, but you can tell that he is based on his abilities. So these are the abilities that were leaked. So first off, for the attacks, you have the Encephalo Ray, unleash a burning energy beam. That's pretty much the left click. And then in terms of the other abilities, we have dynamic flight, which is shift. Fly quickly in the direction of the movement and then enter a free flight mode. Very similar to how it works with Human Torch, I'm guessing. And then after that, you have the imperative patch, which is E. Command a giant drone to follow an ally, constantly healing allies in its radius with additional healing for the designated ally. So I think it's merging Luna's Snowflake and then Cloak's healing bubble. So if you're in that radius, you're gonna get healed, but if you're focused, then you're probably gonna get more heals than anyone else. And then you also have Imperative Firewall. So this is gonna be the right click, summon drones to grant bonus health to allies within range, centered on himself and the ally marked with Imperative Patch. So the main use is going to be E, but then you get additional moves when you right click it. So once again, very similar to how Human Torch works, to where you throw down the fireballs and then you press another button and you can cause the firewalls to spawn in. So it's very similar to that. I think this is more of like Loki's lamps in sort of a way. But other than that, he also has the passive holding space will allow you to fall slowly, and that is called algorithm correction. And then his ultimate ability, it's called the Rage of Ultron. You summon Ultron drones to fire Encephalo Rays, damaging enemies or healing allies. Again, I think it's similar to how Cloak's ult worked, to where it's like that dual capability to where either it can heal allies or damage enemies, and it's going to be one of those abilities. So I definitely think he's probably going to be a part of that meta for the heroes and the healers. So for those of you guys who are healer mains, this is definitely a character that you may want to try out because he might be really good. And as usual, considering the update is on the 30th, we have around a week and a half, around maybe a week before the update goes live. Bigger content creators are invited to stream the update early and showcase everything that's going to go on with it. So they may show Ultron's abilities and a gameplay showcasing of that early, and if they do, I'll go ahead and upload a video to showcase that for you guys. But that is the first character that we have. Now this next character has some good and bad news. So Marvel Rivals posted this around a week ago. It was the Art Vision Volume 2, where basically they went over the concept styles, the different artwork, and how characters looked earlier on versus how they began to evolve later on into the game. So there's a couple that you're able to see here. So first off, a lot of them are already released. It's pretty interesting in terms of the concepts and the style. For example, Adam Warlock is flying in one of the images, and we know that's a flaw that he has in the game right now. And then you'll notice like just a couple of characters that aren't actually playable. For example, Dr. Doom, both variants of him. And then you also got the Master Weaver. Basically, you're just escorting her and she's not actually playable. And then you'll notice that there are some unreleased characters. So for example, Ultron on the left side, he's pretty much confirmed now to be releasing. We just talked about him. And then there's also something else that you'll notice on the very right-hand side, and it seems to be Hive. And this started an entire debate over on Twitter. Many people thought that, okay, this could be a teaser at potentially Hive coming into the game, but it does not seem like that is the case. So Miller, he posted this saying, seeing rumors floating around about this character's identity again. It is not Hive. This is the result of a failed super soldier experiment in Hydra base that Arnim Zola was conducting. You can see it in the map right now, actually, and then he provided an image and also in the Season 0 trailer. And then it was also confirmed by a developer, and he said, I can confirm that's Hydra's super soldier, so it's not actually Hive. Now, the good news, though, is although they confirmed this isn't Hive and it's not a teaser for him, there's actually references in the files that leakers have found that he's actually going to be a playable character. So it says right here, newfound character Hive. He's going to come in as a tank slash melee character, and this was posted on April 24th, so shortly after the actual season 2 update went live. Now alongside this, they also ended up leaking the names of his abilities. And according to Marvel Rivals Assembled, he said Hive was found in the Marvel Rivals game files. Abilities right now as a Vanguard. So the first one is called Deadly Parasite. Then you have Painful Lashing. That's probably going to be like the melee attack. It obviously makes sense, you know, with the tentacles and all of that. And then you have Accelerated Transformation. Now at the moment, these are only 3 of the abilities. They don't mention any passives. They don't mention which one is the ultimate or if the ultimate has even been leaked out. It seems like he's in early development, and whenever it comes to leaks like these, you never know if they're going to be releasing in just a couple updates from now or if they're scheduled later on, years down the line. We did get confirmations that new heroes would come into the game every month as new updates, and he could potentially be one of the upcoming ones. And with the concept you're looking at here, credit to Me Nagami, this is a more polished look to him, so not the failed version of the super soldier that we talked about and they teased in game as well as like in the trailer and all of that stuff, but this is the variant to where you see him as a finished, completed super soldier, a successful experiment, if you will. So I don't think he's going to look as crazy as that version did, but they're definitely going to, you know, give him his unique Hive look to it. But the next character that we have, this one was also revealed at around the same time, so with the last update that we got, and that is Amaranth, and it looks like she's going to be coming in as a DPS, and once again, very similar. She has abilities that were leaked, but it's a little bit more than what Hive has. So it says Amaranth was found in the Marvel Rival game files. Ability right now as a duelist, the first one is Chaos Spike. The second one is Spell Counter. I'm actually very curious to see how that works. Does it deflect bullets, deflect any sort of abilities that come towards her? Then you have Chaos Rain, and then you have Frenzied Deterrence. So these are the abilities that she has. Doesn't confirm exactly what her ult is, what these abilities do, any description on them or anything like that. Usually when the character is a little bit more finalized, we'll start getting more intel like that, but at the moment, it's just the fact that they added her with the latest update. It means that this is something that they are working on, and it's not like some of the other characters that were leaked months ago. For example, Deadpool, we haven't gotten any sort of new information or updates on characters like that, but considering this is the latest one that was added into the files, it seems like maybe that is the devs' priority right now, and this could potentially be one of the next upcoming releases, maybe in the next season, or in another update very close to nearby. But these are 3 different characters that you can expect to release. Now, obviously, because many of these are leaks, take this information with a grain of salt. Once we get official confirmations from Marvel Rivals themselves, I'll definitely keep you guys updated. We have that season 2.5 update also right around the corner, so I'm thinking a lot more leaks are going to start to surface. Even before then, some gameplay of Ultron is going to be revealed, and I'll make videos to showcase and cover all the latest news for you guys. But that is all that I have for you guys. What character are you looking forward to the most? Let me know down in the comments, but it's been your boy, and hopefully I'll be seeing you guys back on the channel again. Peace.